welcome to another day of Bookmas. I'm Alyce and I'm here today to talk about my 2022 anticipated releases. Now, I'll be honest with you, there aren't many books that I was like uber super duper excited about being released in 2022. Most of my favourite authors had books out this year, so they've got a little bit of time until their next one will be released. So I've managed to cobble together a list of 10. Whether I'll end up loving any of them remains to be seen, but I thought I would share with you 10 of the books that are interesting me the most, so I'm putting them down as anticipated releases, but whether I end up loving them or not, we will find out together, hopefully throughout the course of 2022. So without further ado, this is in release date order, so I will start at the beginning of the year, work my way through. Let's go! So the first book on my 2022 anticipated releases list is The Revelry by Catherine Webber, which is being released on January the 6th. Now, it's mostly the cover of this one that's interesting me because it's giving me House of Hollow vibes, it's giving me Wilder Girls vibes, and I haven't read either of those books, but I'm really interested in both of them. I can't actually remember anything about the blurb. I did read it. Pretty sure there was a girl, secrets in a town, something called The Revelry, like a party thing, and bad stuff happens. Might be making all of that up, which is good. But I read Winged Jones by Catherine Webber and I loved it, and I also read Catherine Webber's second book, Only Love Can Break Your Heart, and I didn't really enjoy that one, but I loved Winged Jones enough that I'm willing to give her another go, and The Revelry will be my next try with her. The next book I'd like to talk about is Real Easy by Marie Rutkowski. This is released on January the 18th, and as far as I can gather, it is a historical fiction set in the 70s or 80s, I believe, and it follows some either strippers or hookers, and there's a murder, and it looks like it's going to get very dark very quickly. It's Marie Rutkowski's debut adult novel. She wrote the Winner's Crime trilogy. Winner's Kiss? The Winner's Curse trilogy. I've just managed to list every book in the series. And she also wrote the Midnight Lie duology. And this is her first attempt at writing an adult novel. And it's a crime book. And I like crime books. And the cover is just really vibrant and eye-catching. So hopefully I will enjoy this Marie Rutkowski book. Next up is A Storm of Sisters by Michelle Harrison. This is being published on February the 3rd, and it is the fourth book in the Pinch of Magic series, following the Widdershins sisters on various adventures throughout the world of the story. And I love these books. A Tangle of Spells, which was book 3, was supposed to be the last one, and I gave it 5 stars. It was my first 5-star read of 2021. And when I was scrolling through Waterstones and looking for books that I could put on this anticipated releases list, I saw this one. I dropped everything and I ran out to the kitchen. I said, Sean, guess what? And I was so excited, and he's really excited, so we'll definitely be reading this one as soon as it comes out. I've already pre-ordered the Waterstones exclusive edition because I want it with the sprayed edges to match all of my others. And I'm just so excited that Michelle Harrison has decided to carry on this series because it really is wonderful. It's my favourite middle grade series of all time, I'm pretty sure. I can't think of one that I like more than it consistently. My other favourite middle grade series, there were like peaks and troughs. But with the Pinch of Magic series, it's all very, very strong. But next up, I have House of Sky and Breath by Sarah J Maas, which is being published on February the 15th. I loved the first book. I was so annoyed that everybody kept saying that the beginning was really slow and that it took ages to get into it and there was too much exposition, because I thought exactly the opposite. I was hooked by this from the beginning. It's the quickest I've ever read a book that's that big. I think it's like 800 pages, and I read it in either 3 or 4 days. Sean and I smashed through it. I did not want to put it down. I would have happily read it in one sitting if it hadn't been as big. And I'm just as excited about book 2. I don't know what to expect, but I'm looking forward to seeing more from Bryce and Hunt. I'm looking forward to exploring more of this world, and I'm just so excited. So excited. I am finally understanding the hype with Sarah J Maas when it comes to this series. The next book that I'm super excited about is Gallant by Victoria Schwab. This comes out on March the 1st, and I will be honest, I cannot remember anything about it. I just know that I love the cover. And I'm pretty sure Illuma Crate are going to be featuring it because Illuma Crate do most Victoria Schwab books, so I'm probably going to get a really nice fancy schmancy edition of it, but I have ordered the Waterstones signed exclusive just in case. Because I'm Victoria Schwab trash, quite clearly. I, as I said, can't remember anything about this one, but it's Schwab. We're getting excited. It's fine. We can just buy it based off of the author and just hope for the best. The next book on my list might be an unusual one, but it's I Kissed Chara by Casey McQuiston. This is being published on March the 3rd, and it's Casey McQuiston's first YA novel. So the 2 previous Casey McQuiston books were adult, apparently. So those were Red, White and Royal Blue and One Last Stop. I read Red, White and Royal Blue, and I kind of thought it felt like upper YA, but I wouldn't have said it was an adult romance, and I haven't read One Last Stop yet, but this is being described as Casey McQuiston's YA debut, so we'll go with it. But it sounds like it's going to be a bit like Paper Towns, because there's a popular girl called Chara and she kisses the girl who she's competing for valedictorian with, and it just disappears. But she's also kissed her, I think it's like her boyfriend and her childhood sweetheart or something. So she kisses these 3 people, and the only things that they've got in common are the fact that she's kissed them, and then she disappears. And it just sounds so interesting. But it definitely sounds like Manic Pixie Dream Girl heaven. And it sounds like it's going to be cringy as hell. So it's either going to be a new favourite or it's going to be one of the worst books I've ever read. But I'm looking forward to finding out. I think. Maybe. The next book I'm excited about hasn't officially been titled or announced yet, so I might be wrong. But I'm going for it. I'm going to be brave. I'm going to put it in here. It's Lightbringer by Pierce Brown, which is being released on July the 12th, according to Kobo and Wikipedia. Are those reliable sources? Probably not. Is the Bumbling blogger a reliable source? Probably not now featuring this, but we're going for it because I am excited. This is going to be the 6th and final book in the Red Rising series, and shit went down in Dark Age and I didn't like it. It's the only Red Rising book that I haven't given 5 stars to. I gave it 3 stars. There was just too much for my little brain noggin and I didn't enjoy it. I'm going to reread it because everybody else says that it's the best book in the series, so I'm not quite sure why I'm the only one that's like, I hated this one. Well, hated being a strong word for something I gave 3 stars to, but considering every other book has been like a 10 star, it's quite a lot lower. But I'm looking forward to see how it's all going to wrap up. I don't think it's going to satisfy me, but I'm looking forward to it anyway. And of course it's going to be my most anticipated because Pierce Brown is my favourite author of all time. I'm just not sure if he will be after this book. Oh, I'm scared. I'm scared, but I'm going to read it anyway, and it's going to be great. Probably. Hopefully. Oh, God. The next book I'm really excited about is Her Majesty's Royal Coven by Juno Dawson. This is being published on July 21st, so that's another very exciting July release. And this is Juno Dawson's first adult novel, and it is a coven, essentially. It's like if there was an official government coven of witches doing government work. I don't really know much more about it, but I really like the cover, even though Sean says it's ugly, and I've already pre-ordered my signed copy because I'm so excited, because Juno Dawson plus adult novels equals yes! Yes, queen! I'm so happy. I'm so excited. This was the announcement that I needed. The next book that I'm really excited about is Bloodmarked by Tracy Deonn. This is coming out on July 26th, so another really anticipated July release, so I'm definitely going to need to book off some time in July. This is the sequel to Legendborn, and it is following a girl called Bree, who is... She has magical powers. I can't really give any spoilers on the first book because this is the sequel, but I really liked the first one. A lot more than I thought I was going to. I got really swept away in the story and I loved the characters, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens between Bree and Nick and Sel, because there's a very good semi-love triangle going on in the first book, and there's lots of tension and angst, and I just loved it, and I'm looking forward to reading more from Tracy Deonn, as that was her debut novel, and so I haven't been able to read any more from her yet, but soon! And also I really like the cover of this one as well. Good cover. And last but not least, all the way in October, on October the 13th, we have Silverborn by Jessica Townsend, which is the 4th book in the Morrigan Crow series, and I love the Morrigan Crow series. I have loved all of these books. I think the lowest I've rated any of them was 4 stars, and I'm excited because I want to see what's going to happen next, because Hollowpox was probably my favourite out of the 3 so far, and I didn't think anything was going to beat the first one, because the first one's amazing, but it did. I loved it. And I'm excited for more of these. There's going to be at least 7, I'm pretty sure, so far. It's been announced that there's going to be at least 7, and I'm going to be excited about all of them. So, Silverborn is the next one for me to get excited about. Release it now, please. I'm excited. I only read Hollowpox a few months ago as well. Like, most people read Hollowpox over a year ago, so they're, like, super duper excited, but I'm still excited anyway. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If any of these are also in your anticipated releases list, then please let me know. If you'd like to like this video, please do, and if you'd like to subscribe, we'd be super duper grateful. We're posting a video every single day in December for Bookmas, so please come back tomorrow and check out what our next video is, and please pop back over to yesterday's video when I revisited my 2021 anticipated releases and saw whether they impressed me or whether I actually read them at all. Hopefully I'll read more of these than I did of my 2021 anticipated releases, because I did not read as many as I wanted to. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye!